Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Jawan Neal, and today we are going to edit two photos here in Photoshop. Both of these photos are from the shoot I did at Brooklyn Bridge Park at night. Before we get into it, just a quick little disclaimer. This is not a photo educational channel. I am not a teacher of photography whatsoever. A lot of the edits that I'm going to do on the screen here, this is just what I do. Okay, this is my editing process. You may love the photos, which would be great. You may hate the photos, which is also great. Regardless, this is me recording the journey, and hopefully some of you will join me on that journey. And with all of that out of the way, let's jump right into Photoshop here. And we have two images here, two images that I know people have probably seen a lot of. So we got the Brooklyn Old Seaport spot here, and then we also have Pebble Beach here. Both two very nice, relaxing, beautiful, calming spots, and just absolutely magical at nighttime. Absolutely magical. It's completely different. So yeah. So here we are. Let's start off with this image here. So I think the first thing that I want to do is I want to get rid of a lot of this yellow cast that's going on right now. I probably should have done something about this in camera. But I do remember that when I was trying to adjust the white balance, I don't know, it just wasn't looking the way I wanted it to look. So I kind of just gave up, and I wanted to make sure that I kind of just focused on the scene, and I got something that I was going to like. So yeah, let's first maybe start off with turning some of this yellow down, or maybe a lot of the yellow, because I kind of really don't want it. Maybe this is too blue, so maybe we'll go back a little bit, somewhere in between here. Maybe this. I think this isn't too bad right here. Okay, so now what I want to do is take down a lot of these highlights, because as you can see, a lot of these spots are just like really blown out, and I can't really see a lot of detail, especially up here in the One World Trade Center. And some of these stars are just like way too bright for me. So yeah, we're gonna bring that down all the way, just crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Let's see what the shadow slider does, if it does anything. So we're brightening up mainly the foreground here. Yeah, foreground and midground here. And maybe we will brighten it up a little bit. Yeah. Let's see. Do we want to increase overall brightness? Maybe. What's this black point gonna do? Not much of a difference, huh? All right. So let's now zoom in here. Can we zoom in a little bit more? Yes, we can. Okay. So let's now take a look at our clarity and texture sliders. Let's see what they're going to do for us. So I kind of like what the texture slider is doing. And then clarity. Yeah. I think this I think I like that. Okay, now I don't think vibrance is going to help out here, if at all. But let's see. Let's see what it's gonna. Yeah. Like really slight on it. If I take it all the way down, it almost turns to a black and white. So let's just a little, just a little bit, because there is some colors in here. There are some blues, and obviously the blues and reds up here, the blues over here. You got some blues within here, and I kind of like the blues. I want to keep the blues. I don't want the blues to go anywhere. So now let's see what else we can look at here. Can we look at anything else? Noise reduction. Do we want to bother with noise reduction? I don't think we need to. I don't think there really is anything to worry about with color noise. Let's see noise reduction. Let's see what that does. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I want it. Especially maybe not so much. Yeah, just get rid of it. We don't need it. We don't need it. If you don't need it, don't add it. That is what I like to go by. And then, are we gonna do a vignette? Are we gonna bother with vignetting? Maybe. I kind of like the vignetting look. Yeah, I think the vignetting look is nice. So you know what? Let's stay with the vignetting look. I like it. And now what we'll do is we'll come over to this one here. And, you know, I could have sworn there was a way to, let's see. Copy edit settings. Paste edit settings. And would you look at that? Copy paste right there, right on the scene. But I do think that I want this brighter. Yeah, I think that's nice because it was a little dark. It was a little dark before. And do I want to just push the shadow slider all the way up? I think I do. Yeah, I think I want to push the shadow slider all the way up. I do that a lot where I'll just pull the highlights all the way down and I'll push the shadows all the way up and I get this type of look here. Like this is where we're at, you know, almost out of camera here, but then you got this spot over here that's just way too bright. You got this over here that's just way too bright. This over here that's way too bright. This over here that's way too bright. And I don't know. As far as I know, there's nothing I could have done in the camera settings to fix that. Because as we can see here, I'm ISO 100, shooting at f11. And I'm at 17 millimeters. And this was only a 53-second exposure. Anything less than this 53-second exposure, and these rocks are almost non-existent. They would have just been black blobs. I mean, they're dark right now, but they just would have been a lot darker. Okay, and I probably, if I had done a smaller or a faster exposure, then probably these highlights could have came down. But again, then the foreground would be completely dark, and it's like we can just bring those down just like that. Maybe this is like, maybe all the way is too much. Maybe somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere around there is nice. And then the shadows, just, we're just gonna push them all the way up. Yeah, because I like how it looks pushed all the way up. That just looks nice to me. Okay, and then maybe we'll just keep tweaking. Just keep tweaking a little bit. I actually think this is fine. I think this is good. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And then we're gonna open them both up here. And yeah, these are nice and big files. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You know, it's really something else photographing at night. Like you get all the lights from the buildings on, and it's just such a nice contrast with the dark sky and a lot of the darker shadows surrounding everything. It's a very nice contrast. You're in the daytime, or you're right at sunset, you don't get this. Or at least I don't get this. I don't get, if I was to come here at right at sunset, most of these lights, if any of them are, they're just not on. Everything's turned off. Nothing starts to turn on until like sunset is completely done. But then again, I guess it also depends on maybe the time of year that you go. Because right now sunset is beginning to happen a lot earlier, and the sky is getting darker a lot faster. But yeah, these look very nice. I think I don't know, maybe I'll bring this down just a little bit more. I doubt it. No, I think that looks fine. Yeah, so these are the two images that we got. Both nice long exposures. Absolutely gorgeous at night. So that is it, my friends. That is it. Yeah, that was me editing and the photos from Brooklyn Bridge Park. If you liked the photos that I edited here, please do give a like and leave a comment down below in the comment section. I will be making or releasing 2 videos each week, so stay tuned for more of those. And yeah, that's the end of today's video. I'll see you next time. Bye. I'm sure every photographer has one of these. It's just one of those things. You gotta have one. If you don't have one, you should get one. They're not expensive. And yes, I do feel cool.